David Day, Vicksburg Daily News, here with Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace. Sheriff Pace, we had some arrests made over the weekend.
Yes, sir. Over the weekend, and I'll just recap, there were 3 individuals that were located that we had outstanding capiases on, a capias being a warrant for arrest that's actually issued out of the circuit court. These are for individuals that either didn't show for grand jury, didn't appear for some hearing, didn't appear for their trial, but these were individuals that were already charged and then failed to appear as their obligation would under their bond. So on November the 4th, at just after 1 in the morning, Deputy David Culbertson made a traffic stop on a 2004 Chevy Trailblazer on 61 North. The driver of that vehicle was arrested for DUI first offense. But the front seat passenger in the vehicle, who had an empty handgun holster on his side, we found a .45 caliber handgun within reach of where the passenger was sitting. That individual, Lafane Damon Mixon, had an outstanding capias on him for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. So he was arrested on the capias for failing to appear in circuit court. He also now has a new charge of a convicted felon being in possession of a firearm for the .45 caliber handgun that we recovered from the vehicle. On November the 6th, just after 1 in the morning, Deputy Dusty Keys stopped a 2003 Toyota Camry on Tucker Road for a simple traffic violation, and a routine check of the driver's license indicated that the driver, Joseph Matthew Baggett, 30, of Warren County, had an outstanding capias from the circuit court where he failed to appear for a hearing. That warrant was issued in January. Then on November the 7th, again just after 1 in the morning, Deputy Michael Whitley stopped an individual riding a bicycle on Tucker Road, just acting suspicious. The individual at first gave him false information, gave him a false name, and then broke and ran. After a very short foot chase, he was taken into custody. It was determined that his name was Andrew Hearn. He's 25 years old, of Warren County, had an outstanding capias out of circuit court where he had failed to appear for his own trial on a charge of auto burglary, and that was in May of this year. Then on November the 7th, just soon after making the arrest on Tucker Road, an individual was walking on Freetown Road near Heather Drive. Other deputies stopped to find out who he was, where he was going that time of the morning. Benjamin Clark, 50, who gives a county address, was found to be in possession of methamphetamine, so he was charged with possession of meth. So the 3 individuals that were arrested on the capiases will go directly to circuit court where they will meet with the circuit judge that they failed to appear in front of. And the other individual, Benjamin Clark, 50, has had his initial appearance in justice court. His case will be returnable to the next term of the grand jury for being in possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine.
Sheriff Pace, if a felon is in possession of a weapon, what is the possible sentence on that?
I would refer that to the district attorney because I don't like to talk numbers, but it is a serious felony offense, and depending on the circumstances, those are one of the charges where the individual can actually serve day-for-day sentence. So what's disturbing, I think most disturbing about this, is that Mr. Mixon was out on bond for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, then fails to appear in court. Now he has another firearm. I'm sure all of these factors will come into play when this is presented to a court.
And the person that ran from the deputy, does that incur additional charges as well?
It does. He's also charged with the misdemeanor charges of providing false information to law enforcement and resisting arrest. Those charges will be stayed until the felony charges are handled in circuit court, and those charges will ultimately be presented before the justice court.
Sheriff Pace, thank you for all that you do.
Yes, sir.
For the Vicksburg Daily News, David Day reporting.